Hey guys, it's Justin from Popcorn Buffet, and I'm bringing to you the very first review from my channel. And what better way to start off things than with the season premiere of Legend of Korra, Book 2, Spirits. Just a fair warning, this review is going to contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the very first 2 episodes and you don't want anything to be ruined for you, I would just slowly exit out of this video. I've been a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender for a really long time now. I've seen all the episodes of the old season, and then I've seen all the episodes of Season 1 of The Legend of Korra, but I haven't seen the movie. That movie's dead to me. Shyamalan! So when the next season was announced, I peed my pants. I was super excited on seeing how the directors would address the spirit world that was lightly touched on in Avatar: The Last Airbender, but the last season of The Legend of Korra wasn't very spiritual. So let's get down to the plot. Basically, the Southern Water Tribe kind of pissed off the spirit realm because they're not really focused on anything spiritual anymore. They're really concerned with partying it up and buying nice things. So cue the Glacier Spirit Festival, and this originally was supposed to be a spiritual time between the Northern and the Southern Water Tribe, but it's really fallen into a lot of partying, a lot of festivals, a lot of... Oh god! What is that? Is that a clown? Ah! So at the festival, Korra's uncle, Unalaq, who is the leader of the Northern Water Tribe, keeps dropping hints that he thinks that the Southern Water Tribe is just a little bit doomed.
It's a shame the Southerners have abandoned all connections to the spirits. When this festival was founded, the tribal elders would commune with the spirits. But I am saddened to see what it has become. A cheap carnival that celebrates greedy and trivial humans. I fear the time is fast approaching when the North can no longer stand idly by while our Southern brothers slip into total spiritual decay. By neglecting the spirits, the people of the South have brought darkness upon themselves. The sad truth is, it's men like your father who have put the spirit world out of balance. The spirits are angry because he's here. Look to the sky. Where I'm from, the spirits are at peace and they light up the dark. There used to be lights in the South as well. But during the 100-Year War, the South was thrown out of balance, and the lights disappeared. Now the spirits no longer dance in your skies. Instead, they rampage in the Everstorm. Opening the spirit portal was only the first step in getting the Southern Water Tribe back on its righteous path.
Well, Korra's dad, Tanaraq, and Unalaq don't exactly see eye to eye. I mean, what is it with all the siblings in these shows? Do they all hate each other? I mean, Tenzin and his brother and sister don't even seem to get along. And I am so glad that we finally get to see them, especially the Uncle Boomy. So all the fun is basically cut short when Korra is suddenly attacked by one of these pissed off creatures. And she becomes really frightened because she realizes that there's no way for her to fight these guys off. It's only when Unalaq actually steps in and defends her that she realizes that there is a lot to learn from him. Tenzin and Tanaraq, the 2 father figures, don't exactly like the idea of Unalaq taking Korra and interrupting Tenzin's teachings. He still thinks that there's a lot to learn in the way of airbending. Korra lashes out at Tenzin and tells her that this is basically where their journey ends, and that she still has a lot to learn, but it's not from him. She even does the same thing with her dad, when he accompanies her into the big storm called the Everstorm, and this Everstorm is something caused by the unrest of the spirits in the South Pole. She tells him to leave because he finally reveals to her why exactly he ended up at the South Pole. Apparently, he chased a bunch of barbarians into one of these sacred forests in the north, where his dad was actually the chief of the Northern Water Tribe. Well, he ends up destroying the entire forest to find these barbarians, and the spirits, obviously angry, attack and destroy most of the city. Now, I don't really understand how Tanaraq could have kept this from Korra for all these years. You would have thought that somebody at the Southern Water Tribe would have brought this up. Hey, Tanaraq, I mean, what happened in the Northern Water Tribe? Why were you banished, man? Did you somehow destroy the entire city? Apparently this was just never brought up. Korra's understandably angry, and she sends her dad packing back to the Southern Water Tribe, while the rest of the group continues down further into the Everstorm. Now, I really have something to say about how Korra reacted to a lot of her father figures. I understand that she's supposed to be a teenager, that she's supposed to be hot-headed, and we're supposed to get this character straight across during the season premiere, but there was a lot of maturity that happened during the first season that I didn't really see, carrying over to the second season. Tenzin even says himself that the two of them have been through such journeys together that why would Korra abandon him now? She just brushes him off as if it was nothing. She does show a little bit of remorse after the fact, but you would have thought that she would be more held back in her anger. The group travels further into the storm towards the South Pole, where the portal between the spirit world and the human world resides. Apparently they need to do this by the solstice, which is the next day, and so there's no time to waste! Meanwhile, we finally get to see Tenzin and his family reach the air temples. And it's great to see how the air nomads have rebuilt their culture since the 100 Years' War. We even get to see more winged lemurs, which I don't exactly know how they reproduced. I thought Momo was the last one.
I finally got a lemur. I'm gonna name him Pokey. Pokey, come back!
Pokey, no! So the team finally reaches the South Pole, and Unalaq reveals to Korra that she has to open up the portal herself. So, with a little bit of a struggle, she hits the Avatar state, and then releases all the spirits into the sky, and they all dance happily ever after. Well, season's over. See you next year.
Avatar Korra, you have taken the first step in bringing balance back to the South.
Oh, it's not over yet? I was really confused about how these two episodes ended. It seemed like an actual story arc was closing at the end of the two episodes. I mean, I thought the spirits were supposed to play such a big role in the season, and I'm not really sure where they could take this. So we'll really have to see where the next couple episodes takes us, but I thought this was a little bit rushed. But that all changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Yeah, the episode ends with Unalaq bringing in the Northern Water Tribe forces to establish some sort of order in the Southern Water Tribe, saying that there was a lot of work to be done. And this seems kind of contradictory to what the character of Unalaq is supposed to be. He's supposed to be this spiritual guy, and yet he doesn't want to resolve any of the conflict with peace. He wants to resolve it with fists. And that's where the two episodes end. So, now what do I think about it? You know what? I like the two episodes. I like the characters that were introduced during the episode. I mean, Bolin even got himself a girlfriend. No, wait. Girlfriend. I really like the way that she approaches guys. You know, she's very straightforward. She knows what she wants.
You amuse me. I will make you mine. Yes. Win me prizes.
Although I felt the plot was a little bit rushed and the characters were a little bit oversimplified this time around because we needed to establish their characters, I thought the writers did a pretty good job with the story. The artistry, as always, was gorgeous. I mean, the spirits and the festival seemed to have a kind of Miyazaki-like quality to them, and I really, really enjoyed that. There really isn't a clear villain role yet, and I'm really interested in seeing how they replace Amon because he was such a great villain. I'm not sure if they're going to take the route of making the spirits the main antagonist this time, or if they're going to make somebody like Unalaq be the main villain. Two little things that I would like to see more of in the next couple episodes. Firstly, more Fire Nation and more Earth Kingdom representation. At the beginning of this season, I know that we're with Korra, and she's part of the Southern Water Tribe, so we're seeing a lot of her family members, a lot of her tribe's people. But I would like to see more Fire Nation and more Earth Kingdom representation. I mean, we've all only had, Chief Beifong and Mako and Bolin, so, I would welcome more of those characters. The second thing is, what happened to Zuko's mom? I mean, we saw at the end of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Zuko going to see his dad and asking what happened to her, but we never got a payoff. I'm just sitting here waiting for them to reveal the awesome truth of it. So all in all, though, I would rate this series premiere with a solid 4 out of 5. I mean, it really does have something in it for everybody. The old fans can get behind the mention of the old characters, the exploration of the history of the characters, and I think that even people without prior bending experience can really get into this because they establish the characters fairly well, and this is a new and fresh story, so I'm really excited to see what this season has to offer. Thanks for joining me in the very first Popcorn Buffet review. My name is Justin, and I will see you in the next review. Bye! If you like this video, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. We'll get you more content as soon as possible.